Hello, welcome to From God's Heart to Mine. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for joining me as we aim to draw nearer to God every day. I was recently studying my Bible and looking at the inanimate objects that God uses to illustrate his people's lives. Here's some of what I found. We are soil needing to be tilled and watered, in which God's word can be planted to grow and bear fruit. That's in Matthew 13, verses 3 through 9. We are coins for which God searches when we are lost because he considers us to be valuable. That's Luke 15, 8 through 10. We are also stones being built together with Christ to become a house of praise for God. 1 Peter 2, 4 through 6. But one of my favorites of these is in Psalm 1 and verse 3, where the psalmist describes the truly blessed individual and says that he shall be like a tree. Now, the psalmist doesn't mean just like any tree, but he describes the kind of tree that this blessed man will be like. And there are four ways in which the psalmist says that we are like this tree. First, this tree is planted in the right place. Psalmist says, he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. Isn't that the best place for a tree or any plant, where the ground is overflowing with the nutrients and water that it needs to grow and survive? When we follow God and live in a relationship with him, we have been planted in exactly the right place with all we need to survive and grow. It may still take time to grow and become strong, but if we are with God, then there is no better place to be. Second, this tree is productive in its purpose. The psalmist says this tree brings forth its fruit in its season. Just like trees were created to bear fruit, God made us with a purpose too. When we seek him, we can successfully fulfill our purpose in life. We may need to be patient and wait for the right season to see the fruits of what we do, like that tree. But being with God gives us confidence in ourselves that we can accomplish what he has called us to do. Third, this tree is permanent through its perseverance. The psalmist says this tree's leaves also shall not wither. No matter how harsh the winter becomes, this tree will remain standing strong. When life becomes hard and we go through difficult seasons, we remain blessed and we know we will not fall when we persevere with our eyes on the Lord. It's James 1 and verse 12. And the last thing is that we can be prosperous in our pursuits. After making the comparison between the blessed individual and this great tree, the psalmist concludes verse 3 by saying, whatever he does shall prosper. When God called Joshua to lead the Israelites into the promised land, God told Joshua that if he meditated in God's law day and night, he would make his way prosperous and have great success. Joshua 1 verse 8. And here, the psalmist almost recalls God's promise to Joshua and knows that the blessed man who meditates in God's law day and night shall prosper in whatever he does. Now, this doesn't mean that life will always be good to us or that we'll never experience hardship, but it does mean that we can always live a good life and a truly eternally successful life when we live for God. So when you pray today, ask God to help you live more like a tree. Be planted in the right place, productive in the right purpose, permanent through real perseverance, and prosperous in your pursuit of his heart. Thanks for listening to From God's Heart to Mine. Go ahead and follow the podcast if you want a new devotional thought every weekday. My name is Caleb Griffith. You can reach out to me on any platform, and I'll include you in my prayers today. Open your heart today to pursue God's heart and try to show God's heart to others.